Everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to share with you some of our Christmas traditions. So we kind of only have like a few Christmas traditions, but we thought it would just be fun on this Christmas Eve to share with you guys some of the stuff that we do, whether it was with families before we got married or what we do together now. I will start by sharing one tradition that we used to do when I was a kid, and that involves getting the Christmas tree. For a few years we did actually go to the mountain and like go get the tree and everything.
That involves nature though.
I know, but I was tiny and I didn't have a say. But I do remember, side story, I do remember one year we went and we were going up this hill. I can't remember if we had already found our trees. And I believe we were with neighbors and possibly my godparents. And it was a steep hill. And I couldn't get up the hill and everybody else was up the hill except my mom and me. And she had to push me by my butt as we like went up this hill. It was embarrassing, but now it's funny to think about. But like, yeah, there's a reason why I don't nature around. But what we ended up doing more consistently was we would go get our Christmas tree, usually from like, you know, a tree stand on the side of the road. There was one across the street from our apartment as a kid that we would go across the street, go get the Christmas tree, walk it back across the busy street and into the house, obviously. But we used to always do it on the weekend of my birthday. So it would be usually the weekend after my birthday, if that makes sense. So if my birthday was on a Wednesday, we'd get it that Saturday. If it landed on a Friday, we'd get it that Saturday. So it was always like the Saturday after my birthday was when we would get it. Now, we just have a fake one. So we get it out of storage when we feel like it.
Quite the adventure.
Yeah.
Driving to the storage.
It can be, yes. It can be a venture.
Our tradition growing up, I think, involved going from, so Christmas Eve I'd spend with my dad and his side of the family, and then Christmas morning would be my mom's side of the family. So Christmas Eve, we did the same thing every year, is that everyone would get together and my grandma would make the same soups every year. So it'd be a clam chowder soup and a hamburger soup every year without deviating. And then we just all get together, eat soup, hang out, and then open presents afterwards. And so as a kid, it was fun to have tradition, but all the kids I hear about these days, they get to just wake up and open their presents. We had to wait until all the food was done, the dishes were done, and everyone was settled. Then we could open our presents.
On Christmas Eve.
On Christmas Eve.
But so a day before all the other kids though.
But even kids who get to open, they're just like, they just get to open them these days.
You had to wait.
Yeah. Yep.
really wait.
Same thing the next morning too, on the moms.
You'd have to wait. I got to experience a Christmas Eve with your grandparents one time.
Oh, you did?
Had the hamburger soup.
Oh, that's right, at the ranch.
Yep, at the ranch. We slept in a room. I don't know where it was.
I hate that room. It's a dark, scary room.
Listen,
no windows.
Y'all, they lived in the middle of Oregon, in the middle of nowhere, and there was no windows. I feel like it was downstairs.
Yeah.
No windows, downstairs. It was dark as all get out, and it was awful.
Yeah.
It was so dark. It's like I was so freaked out.
And
there are spiders down there.
Never liked that room.
It's supposed to be a happy video. But I did experience the hamburger soup. It was pretty good.
It is good.
I didn't have the clam chowder though. I think because there was flour in it for the roux, so I couldn't have that one. But I did have the hamburger soup. Although there's barley in that.
Yeah. But this was pre
This was pre-gluten? Okay, anyway. So I will go off of this Christmas Eve story and say I did convince my mom one year, and then it kind of stuck for following years, to allow me to open one present on Christmas Eve. This may have happened too when my brother was with us still, living with us still. He's still with
still
us.
alive.
Oh my gosh. He's still alive. Everything's good. But yeah, we used to be able to open one gift on Christmas Eve, which was fun. Like, that was like super fun, exciting. But Christmas morning, Christmas Day, we would have to wait until my godparents came over until we could open our presents. Excuse me. And I don't remember if we had to wait until after dinner. It's possible that we had to wait until after dinner, like after they came over, after we ate dinner, and then we could open them. Mm-hmm. I seem to remember that, like, when we went to their house too, we'd have to wait till after dinner to open them. And I think that's part of the reason why, like, I just love to have presents, and I don't necessarily want to open all of them right away. Like, I like having them. There's some kind of comfort in knowing that there's a present wrapped somewhere in the house for me.
The other tradition growing up is, like I said, we'd go to Mom's Christmas morning, and so every year all the family would come over, and that was pretty cool, because that was like pretty much the one time where everyone would come over, and so we'd have breakfast, and so it would start at 8 o'clock every year.
And still to this day, it starts at 8 o'clock every year.
And so we just make breakfast, and everyone, it was kind of like a potluck. Everyone would bring over breakfast food. But every year my mom makes coffee cake, which is really yummy. Mm-hmm. And did I tell this story in another video where at first, like when I first heard about it, like, nope. I was like, no coffee cake, and so my mom made something else. Yes. And then I tried it, and it was like, from then on, every Christmas has to have coffee cake.
Yep. He is getting coffee cake this year. Even though we're not traveling, his mother did share with me the recipe, so he does get his coffee cake this year. Nobody worry. He's okay. Don't worry about it. I've been there for many a Christmas morning breakfast. They're pretty fun. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people though. I mean, all the aunts and uncles come over, their kids come over. Some of the older kids don't always come over. Older cousins, I guess, don't always come over. Your brother and sister come over with their spouses. And then, like, so everyone eats breakfast. Breakfast is done, like, it's ready at 8 a.m. There's usually turkey bacon involved. And everyone eats, takes their time, and then we all congregate back into the living room, and there's like people on the floor and stuff, and then it's just like this crazy passing of gifts and people opening them, and it's just like, there's not like wrapping paper flying around, although that's kind of how it's sounding, but it's just like a lot of people. Like, there's one or two people handing out the gifts from under the tree, and then there's just like everyone, like random people opening gifts, and it's just saying thank you from across the room, and it's a little crazy.
It is.
It's a little crazy. And then everybody just like hangs out and chats for hours.
Yeah.
Usually they're gone by 11. Sometimes noon, yeah. 11 or noon. Yeah. And then everyone goes and does their own Christmas evening thing.
We used to go to my aunt's after that.
I've done that.
And I think you did it maybe
I did that
once
one
or
time.
twice.
One time.
And so it was like we'd go over there, and then we'd just play ping pong while dinner was getting ready. Yeah. But I haven't done that in quite a few years.
Yeah, we haven't done it since that one time I was there.
I mean, the new tradition now is we still kind of go back and forth, but now we spend every other Christmas with your brother.
That's true.
So that's a tradition.
It is a tradition.
Yeah.
Okay, so another tradition, since that just came out, is every other year we spend Christmas with my brother and his family, and that's always really nice and fun. And the kids wake up super early in the morning, come downstairs, and they want to open presents right away. My brother's like gung-ho about that. He gets upset if anyone's late to Christmas morning. So like when the kids are up, people need to be ready, like on standby to be ready so that the kids can open their presents. But I remember one year we were, it wasn't the house that they're in now, it was the house before, and Nathan was still pretty little. He's a teenager now, and he was still pretty little, and we were in the living room sleeping on an air mattress, and he came up to me and started playing with my eyelashes to wake me up so that they could open their presents. I just remember this little like flutter on my eyelash, and I woke up and his face was like right there. That's pretty funny. But yeah, that's fun. I like hanging out with them on Christmas. Yes. I miss you guys. We will usually do stockings for each other, and then open the stockings after we get home, right?
Yeah, it was after.
It's after, right? So we usually keep our stockings and our presents for each other until after we get home from wherever we've traveled. And that's always something nice to look forward to, like just after we've been away from our home, just hang out and we'll just open our presents. It's fun. One thing that we started doing, so maybe 2 years ago, is I will make some kind of pasta dish. Like usually it's New Year's Eve or the day after Christmas or something like that. I'll make like a pasta. So I think it's usually New Year's Eve because we're home New Year's Eve. Then I'll make a pasta dish, and then New Year's I'll make like the Christmas dinner of our dreams. Right. But this year, since we're home, the last couple years I've made a gluten-free, dairy-free chicken Alfredo, which I know sounds scary, but it's not. It's really good. But this year I'm going to make lasagna.
Yum.
And because I've been waiting to make lasagna for his friends, like for them to come over, because that was the next meal I promised them for guys' night was lasagna. And then the zombie apocalypse happened and no one has been over since last year.
Yeah.
So we're making lasagna. We're gonna have lasagna, the 2020 lasagna, on Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day we'll have our prime rib dinner. It'll be good. I do like to watch A Christmas Story, usually on Thanksgiving. The last couple of years I haven't been like so rigid on that, but it used to be every Thanksgiving was, you gotta start off Christmas with A Christmas Story, but we have watched it already. So
on Thanksgiving, right?
I think it was on Thanksgiving, or at least the day after. No, it was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, because after dinner we all sat and had dessert and watched it.
I watched it. It was awesome. Another tradition we have, maybe we'll close with this one, is every year we buy our niece and nephew a Hallmark Christmas ornament from a series. So Danny is getting the puppy series ornaments, and I can't say what this year's is because she hasn't opened it yet, but I assure you it's very, very cute. And Nathan gets the Lego Star Wars, which technically isn't a series, but they've released a Lego figurine from Star Wars every year since we started it. So and the years that they didn't release one, or maybe I missed it somehow, I found a different Star Wars ornament. So he has Kylo Ren, which is not a Lego yet, and BB-8, which wasn't a Lego, and then another one that isn't a Lego. But that's another tradition. That's really fun. I like to see like which new one comes out, and now they're gonna have a set of ornaments for themselves, and every time they open it up and they put it on their tree, they're gonna think of us. Well, really, every time they celebrate Christmas, they'll think of me, so. Joke's on you. Those are all the Christmas traditions that, one, we can think of, and two, that we've shared. So comment down below And let us know some of your traditions. We'd love to know. Maybe there'll be some that maybe we'll start for ourselves. I don't know. And we will see you on the next video. Bye.
Bye.